Well, it's been a while since I've been on YouTube. Shoot, there's some kind of note here. Well, wasn't able to read it. Oh well. I know it's been run to death, but I'm gonna give my own opinion on Captain Marvel. And the first thing that comes to mind is, that she killed that gay biker. And I know that people might say, well, how do you know he's a gay biker? Well, he was driving this fluorescent green bike, and with bikers, the bikes really kind of identify you, and it's just not something you'd see with many bikers, that they're going to be having a color scheme on their bike like that. It's making a statement. Also, he's all leathered up in the middle of the day. He looks more like he's cruising than he's gonna ride, because if you're gonna get leathered up like that, you're gonna be taking a long ride. But there was no kit on his bike, so he wasn't doing any kind of long range riding with that. Also, what kind of struck me was the Captain Marvel character was having these flashbacks. And so she was from that area. And so it kind of made me wonder, did the biker know her? I mean, that'd be really screwed up. I mean, she comes over and he sees her and hasn't seen her in a while, says, hey, long time no see, and maybe that was something they had between themselves, like, hey, maybe you should smile more. And, it could have been a running gag between them. And then all of a sudden she kills him. And you're saying, well, how do you know that she killed him? Well, if you ever watched Pulp Fiction, after Bruce Willis kills the biker, he walks out and he's riding out on the bike, and it's kind of like the same scene. It's kind of throwing that vibe there. Also, I'd like to talk about the music. Uh, in like in that big fight scene where they play I'm Just a Girl, what would have been a lot better than that would have been if she'd have played like Bruised Violet by Babes in Toyland, because that would have been a really excellent song. Uh, I mean, it would have been so intense, and it would have like kind of gone along with the vibe that they were trying to give. Also, when they were doing "Come as You Are" by Nirvana, excuse me, I think that what they should have done was "Rebel Girl" by Bikini Kill. Just kind of a couple of suggestions. I don't know if anybody from Disney is going to see this, probably not. But if you could change that before it came out on DVD. I mean, sometimes they do change the songs and things. Uh, Also, when I was in the Army, I remember one time that they told us to check our gas masks. And so I went and I checked my gas mask. Well, I had uh, adjusted my gas mask before, like everybody else did. And then all of a sudden I said, oh shit, it's out of adjustment. So the drill sergeant says, well, who needs uh, to readjust their gas masks? Where I raised my hand up, and I'm the only one saying, you know what, my gas mask is out of adjustment. And he just starts yelling, and you're gonna hold up this whole place. And I'm like, oh shoot, I'm in trouble and stuff. But my gas mask was out of adjustment. And he goes, is there anybody else whose mask is out of adjustment? A few other guys lift their hands. And so we're called out of the line, and we got to adjust our gas masks. Well, then after we adjust our gas mask, we do the check on it. Well, it turns out that the people who didn't adjust their gas masks, their masks were out of adjustment, because what had happened was the drill sergeant had gone through and changed the adjustment on all the gas masks. So it turned out that I wasn't in trouble. Me and the guys who actually checked the gas masks and realized that they were out of adjustment were the ones who actually had avoided the bullet there. So, uh, because at the time, a lot of people, when it looked like we were the ones that screwed up, said, "Oh well, they're whining and stuff. That why do we got to be punished for their mistake?" And so the drill sergeant separated us and said, "Well, they're going to be punished separately then." And so he goes, "Drop," and then he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. And it's like I hadn't even done one push-up by that time, and he says, "Recover." And then he has them check their gas masks, and that's when it's discovered that all their gas masks are out of adjustment. Okay, I bring this up because in the flashback scenes, there's this one part where she's climbing a rope. And the instructions are pretty simple on climbing the rope. You climb up the top, you touch, you climb back down. I mean, it's not rocket science. For some reason, she jumps from one rope to the other, and then she falls. Now, even if she hadn't fallen, it still would have been a fin. I don't know. They think that's all right, and I mean, she was just wrong in that. And then it's like when she's in the little league and the coach is yelling at her. Well, you know what? I've never really played team sports myself. I've known guys who have, and I've seen it. And coaches yell at you. That's it. That's kind of like part of the job. Uh, and then she's driving that go-kart, and I mean, the guy is being a kind of a dick, uh, but rather than trying to avoid the accident, she crashes her car, and that's just kind of stupid. I mean, she could have braked, let him pass, or rammed him too, or whatever. I mean, ramming him too probably would have been wrong also. Kind of the two wrongs don't make a right. And hey, I can't say that what he did was right, but what she did was stupid. So uh, just wanted to kind of point those things out. Let's see, was there anything else in that? Oh, you know what? I would have really liked to have also heard in the way of a different song was when she came down and she was walking at first. I would like to have heard the song Space Pants. I think that would have really worked with that. And it would have really lightened the mood and added something. Well, that's all I really got to say. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any comments, just make them below and subscribe and ring that bell.